going to start this video by aging myself a bit. I was born in the early 70s, grew up in the 80s, and throughout that time, my friends and I played many hours of Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm talking old school Dungeons and Dragons with graph paper and dice and everything that, you had to use your imagination quite a bit. I realize now that people play Dungeons and Dragons, they have help with computers and you can see the dungeons and all this other stuff. Well, we didn't have all that. So I'm a big Dungeons and Dragons guy. We played every Sunday for most of my childhood, probably up into my 20s, actually. We were still playing. And, of course, when that first movie came out back in, I think it was, the 90s or maybe early 2000s, the one with Jeremy Irons, was kind of excited about it. The excitement didn't last very long. And now this new one, they've announced Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves with Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez. Sophia Lillis is her name as the druid. Michelle Rodriguez, of course, is the barbarian. Chris Pine is the bard. But now the writing team has revealed that they intentionally emasculated the leading men. And this isn't the first time. They've done it for other movies that they've written. They've written Date Night. They intentionally emasculated the leading men. And also Spider-Man Homecoming with Peter Parker and Tony Stark. Well, Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr., which I didn't see it in that movie, but okay. But they promised that they're not trying to be woke. The writing team, John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein, revealed that they intentionally emasculated the film's leading men, though not for wokeness. Daly and Goldstein discussed how Michelle Rodriguez's Holga the Barbarian and Sophia Lillis's Doric the Druid tend to engage in the front lines of battle compared to their male party members. That was not an attempt at wokeness on our part. Swear to God, it wasn't. We like that Holga is the bruiser that does the dirty work for Edgin. I guess Edgin is the bard. And doesn't like to get his hands dirty. We also love emasculating leading men. Well, if that's not wokeness, I'm not really sure what is. Having strong women in your movie is fine. That's Michelle Rodriguez is known for playing strong parts. There's, in the past, Ripley from Aliens, Sarah Connor from The Terminator. Strong women, strong leading women, that's fine. But you don't have to have men in your movie and just intentionally, make them sissies, I guess. They said at one point that they was surprisingly difficult to achieve with leading actors in their films, which I'm believing that would be probably Robert Downey Jr. I seriously doubt that he wanted to be emasculated. But then they had the opposite problem with Chris Pine, who plays Edgin the Bard in the movie. Instead, Pine reportedly enjoyed making himself look as bad as possible, almost to a fault, to the point the team had to remind him that he had to look heroic in some scenes. And to me, to my thinking, that just seems like Chris Pine just didn't give a shit about this movie. He's like, yeah, whatever. Okay. I'm phoning this one in. The trailers look bad. They don't look good at all. I have no hope for this movie. I really am not planning on going to see it. I don't care. I don't know if this is going to be as bad as the earlier attempt at Dungeons and Dragons. It's the same thing though. When I think of a barbarian, I think of my model barbarian, of course, along with everybody else's, is probably Conan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, half naked, bulked up to enormous proportions, slathered in oil, just and that's my impression of a barbarian, not Michelle Rodriguez. But it is what it is. It's just another piece of trash coming out of Hollywood that I really don't think is going to make any money. I will be surprised if this makes any money at all, because I doubt that Dungeons and Dragons, at least the hardcore old school Dungeons and Dragons fans are going to want to have anything to do with this movie. Like I said, the trailers don't look all that good. Just more woke crap, I think. They say it's not, but to me, emasculating men and doing it on purpose, that is definitely woke. That is definitely woke thinking. That is definitely feminist ideology. So, who knows? The movie comes out March 31st at the end of this month. And I'll keep an eye on it. See what happens on opening weekend. I really think it's going to be quite funny when it comes out. And this will just be another flop from Hollywood. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you planning on going to see this movie? And I'll talk to you later.